What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this video, and I want to talk about the shenanigans that are surrounding this film, The Color Purple. Now, nobody asked for it. We weren't checking for it. I wasn't checking for it. You know, I think that once you produce a classic, just let the classic be. I can understand the film going to Broadway and things of that nature, but to come out and remake the whole movie, I wasn't feeling that. But anyway, they dropped The Color Purple on us this past Christmas, and a lot of people said that they liked the film, and others didn't like the film so much because it came across as a musical. Now, there's a whole host of other individuals within my community that didn't like the film based off the fact that they're tired of seeing our people being depicted in the same old way. We're poor, you know, we have to struggle. All our lives we have to fight and all that BS, so they're sick of that same old narrative. Now, we all know that Taraji came out and voiced her displeasure about a whole plethora of things. The first thing that came out of her mouth was the fact that she felt that she almost had to walk away from The Color Purple based off the pay, and then there was the issue that they had to drive rental cars to the movie set, and she felt like she was a liability driving herself to work in Atlanta. Then on top of that, Danielle Brooks highlighted the fact that they didn't have their own dressing rooms and that there was no food on set.
Sorry, Miss O, we ain't had no food.
Then on yesterday, Taraji comes out and says that she believed that her comments that she made about filming The Color Purple may have affected the numbers at the box office, because I believe at this point, The Color Purple has only made $40 million, but it took $100 million to create the film. Now, I'm thinking to myself, they got my auntie out here in Taraji crying and blowing snot based off how she's been mistreated throughout the industry. But I do have a question for auntie. Where were you when Monique was saying the same?
Shakana!
Now, I'm not here to get on auntie, right? Because I love her just like I love Monique, but I do think it's a valid question, because when Monique was going through her whole ordeal, all I saw was a lot of criticism coming Monique's way, and I didn't see Taraji stand in solidarity with Monique. Did you? If she did, drop down in the comments and I'll stand corrected if you tell me, yeah, she said something in support of Monique during that time. But I highly doubt it, because if she did stand in solidarity with Monique, I don't believe that she would have been casted for her role in The Color Purple based off the fact that Oprah was a producer of the film. So there is no way in hell that Taraji gets that part. Then on top of that, yesterday evening, something very interesting happened. So me and the fellas are in Charlotte, and we went to a cigar lounge, and we're just chilling, listening to some tunes, shooting the breeze. And this woman walks up, and we start talking about life. We start talking about the gist of the country, the state affairs, and things of that nature. And then we branch off and get into a deep conversation about The Color Purple. Now, come to find out within that conversation, she says that her family knows Fantasia's family from church, and basically that members of Fantasia's family are not happy with Fantasia at this particular moment based off the fact that they think that Fantasia may have sold out. And so then I asked her to clarify herself. I said, what you mean she sold out? You're saying that she may have sold her soul to the devil? And she just nodded her head like, yeah. So then I literally say to her, yo, I've been doing so good this year, but with this type of information, if you're willing to talk about it, you're going to make me put some yak in my cup, because my New Year's resolution was not to drink anymore.
This one's for my sister. See, my sister. See, I don't drink. This is not mine.
But anyway, our conversation was cut short, and you'll find out why when I get into the information in regards to Fantasia, but we did exchange numbers and emails. But anyway, what I want to do right here is play you guys a few clips in regards to The Color Purple and the shenanigans around it. It seems as though that the things that transpired while filming this movie is more entertaining than the movie itself. But anyway, guys, just sit tight and I'll be back.
I really just hate that black performers just gotta take what they can get. I just walked out of The Color Purple. About halfway through, I got to the end of the juke joint scene. There was no reason for me to be in there. They're not about to play in my face like that. I really love The Color Purple, the movie. Now, I didn't read the book. I never was moved to read the book. And I never was moved to go see the musical. The movie does it for me. I've seen that movie, the original, at least 100 times, hundreds of times. I know the movie back to front to back. And this adaptation of the film was so watered down. It's such a watered down version of that story. There's no point in telling it. At this point, you just have black women in old school, very immediately post-slavery clothes, speaking immediately very post-slavery English, and I just don't understand the point of it. And singing, but they're not really even showcasing the maximum of their vocal ability. Now, again, I did not make it to the end, because they're not about to play with my time. I could be in the bed. But there was not enough for me to just keep on hanging on. Like, I'm not I felt like I was in a toxic relationship. Like, and I'm just like, well, if I just stay a little bit longer, I'm gonna see something different. I'm not doing that with that movie. I will watch it when it's available, and it'll be available very soon in our bedrooms. I'm certain it'll be available very soon in our bedrooms. And I'm going to fast forward to the part where I left off, and I'm going to watch from there to the end just to finish the film. But when you're remaking a movie that everybody's already seen, and it's already been a book, and it's already been a musical, there's really no point in staying to see how it ends. We already know how it ends. The only thing that I was going to stay for is to see how they interpreted the ending. But how they interpreted the beginning, I didn't like. How they interpreted the rising action, I didn't like. I haven't liked any of it at this point, so I'm sure I'm not going to like how they end the movie either. I really feel like they should have left The Color Purple alone. Why in 2023, at the very end of 2023, am I looking at a screen full of amazingly talented, gorgeous black women dressed like slaves, hair not done, and speaking broken English? There's so many characters that they could be playing. These beautiful, extraordinarily talented, some of them are triple, quadruple threats on this screen, and they are giving us a recycled character, and they're not showcasing the extent of all of their abilities, their dramatic talent, their comedic talent, their vocal range. Like, there's so much that was left unexplored when it comes to these people's talent, especially these women. Now, Danielle Brooks did Miss Sophia right. Absolutely. Because this is her moment. Danielle Brooks does not get to work that often because there's not a lot of roles for women with her aesthetic. But that is a talented woman right there. And she said she's going to put her foot into whatever role she was given. And she put her foot in that role. I really love her rendition. But I don't feel like anybody else was acting to the level that Danielle Brooks was acting. I feel like everybody else's performance was almost lazy because they weren't passionate about it. I don't think the passion was there for them. It was just a job. It was an opportunity. But it's not something that they really, I don't think they themselves enjoyed the film. And I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I walked out halfway through, so I cannot give a fair assessment, but it just felt like a total waste of my time. And there's something more. There's something more for our people. There's so many stories that could be told. The Color Purple, that story was told already, and it was told very well. It's a classic. Just let it stand as it is, and let these new actresses, these new actors make their own characters. Let them make their own legacy. They're so I hate it.
And almost had to walk away from Color Purple.
I don't know how I feel about this. So you let Monique take the hits, be public enemy number one, be the angry black woman when you knew she was telling the truth. But now after your check has cleared, now you want to run your mouth and talk about the next generation. You wanted Monique to do all the dirty work and hope Oprah change or some of these studios change. And when they didn't, now you want to talk? No. Has anyone checked on Alice Walker, the actual author, to make sure she has been properly compensated for the 40 years that The Color Purple has been relevant, but especially for this film? I had to look her up. I thought she died. And how ironic that The Color Purple, this was Oprah's chance to turn over a new leaf and say, you know what, I heard Monique, let me do it right. I only got $2 billion. What do I really have to lose? And make things right going forward. And a story about abuse of black women, and she's not paying her black actresses market prices. Like, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up.
Tic Tac, I'm here to tell you, I don't even want to see that movie Color Purple. And let me tell you why. Let me pitch myself down to a little guy. This woman felt destroyed. We all know and love Taraji, but let me explain what y'all just witnessed. The power of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah don't give a damn about our people, and it's evident. Every chance she get, she shit on our people. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown, R. Kelly, Monique, and to name a few other people. This woman is evil, I'm telling y'all. And I don't want nothing to do with this movie. And we all need to boycott this movie because it comes out in a couple of days. And what they did to Taraji and the rest of the crew is pathetic. That woman has never cried in public until she made this movie. Why all of a sudden does she feel defeated? It's because the people that look like her on her the worst. And they got the most money. What Oprah did to Taraji is disgusting. And I just had the same conversation about Tyler Perry. How could you make that much money and the people that brought you there don't even have a fraction of what you made? I get it. Your idea, your dream, you executed it. But it would not have been done without the people around you. It's just crazy to me how these billionaires can't even make millionaires out of the people that helped them. I don't want nothing to do with this money until they start paying our people what they're worth, especially Taraji. And it's our people that on our people. I refuse to watch this movie. I refuse to put $1 into this movie. I don't care for it. Just like I didn't care for the 50 years of hip hop because it wasn't us telling that story. And none of them got paid for that. 50 years of what? Making the industry rich while the rappers stay broke? Anyway, give Taraji her money. Give all them stars their money. Quit punking the black people just because you can. And quit bullying the black people because they know. They just came out and said that there's no feud. You know Taraji has to do what they say because Oprah has the power to shut anybody down. And Taraji don't want to lose her life. She don't want to lose her well-being, her income. Let me know what y'all think about this one. We need to boycott this. This comes out in a couple of days. I'm not watching it. Because it's bullshit how they treat us and how our people treat us.
We're going to go over your body language. Let's look at Oprah. You see how she looked at Taraji and quickly looks away. And now look at Taraji. Look at her legs. She locks it away from Oprah. Looking up, fluttering her eye, trying to hold back tears. But she's trying to be professional, but she leans into Oprah. Oprah pulls away. Fake laugh. We all know that's fake. That's fine. But they're trying to release that negative energy outside their bodies. Oprah is all closed up. She's not even trying to open up, and it was closing in on Oprah. Oprah pulls out, trying to find an escape, goes right behind Gandalf Brooks. And look at Taraji's face. She's just like not having it. And notice how Oprah is suddenly now opened up with her arms, and look at Fantasia's face. Look at Taraji as if we're almost to the ending of this. Don't worry. Something definitely happened here. And now look at how Oprah has her arms and her hand. You know Oprah don't touch people like that.
People think you're mad, she's mad. I know that that's not true.
Well, first of all, the thing that is so upsetting to me is that somebody went on and something went viral where they're analyzing us on top of the Empire State. We were cold.
Oprah said you were cold.
We were cold. It was cold.
Yeah, there's a whole
thing we had done that day.
Yes.
That was the fourth thing we had done that day. First of all, I just want to say that from the beginning, when I got the first phone call that they were being asked to rent cars because they were in the middle of rehearsal.
Well, I asked for my own car because I like to drive myself. I'm a Southern woman.
So I heard that Taraji was upset because she'd been asked to do a rental car. I personally called Toby Emmerich, who was at the time the head of Warner Brothers, and he said, well, that means we have to do cars for everybody. Then I said, then we do cars for everybody. And if it's necessary, I will pay for the cars myself. He goes, well, we don't want you to do that. So, that was one thing, trailers were another thing, food was another thing.
And everything got handled.
I don't even know. You know what? It's so disturbing to me. Why is my name even in this conversation?
Because you're Oprah Winfrey.
Can I say something?
Why is my name in this conversation?
Before we leave?
Because I have just been the champion for everybody. Yeah.
I want to just say one thing. I'm a mother of young kids. Social media has become a thing. Social media has become a thing where they will take something that's not even true and run it and run it and run it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's almost like you guys, some of the interviews you're posting happened long ago, or it wasn't that, and they will take things. Yes. So at the end of the day, when we first said that this movie was going to be a healing thing at CinemaCon, I knew, without a shot of a doubt, that people would try to break that down. Anything that has healing a part of it, they will do so. So we have to overlook all of that other stuff and keep shining bright, because this movie, The Color Purple, is healing the land, baby. So no matter what, I just want to say, it's nonsense.
There is no thing.
There isn't anything, because what I know is you've been a champion of Taraji and everybody.
And
that's the only point
and trying to make sure that everybody got exactly what they needed. First of all, I am a producer. Scott is a producer. We are not the studio. We are not the studio, okay?
I tell you what, this is my first time getting a Golden Globe, and I do not want to miss that carpet,
over the nonsense.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that, and the main thing that I take away from this is the fact that I believe that Taraji has some power. And the power that I think that she had is that she affected the box numbers when she came out and told the truth about how she was treated. I believe that a lot of people love Taraji so much that they said, hey, the hell with this movie. We're not going to support it. And I really worry about Taraji because I believe at this particular point that Oprah is really going to try to blackball her. Now, in my estimation, I believe that Taraji and the cast were treated way worse than they're letting on. I believe that there's this thing out here to protect Oprah. I don't care if Taraji came out and said that Oprah, met out every needs once she found out. She didn't know about the situation and things like that. I saw Taraji apologize. I don't care about none of that. I believe that Taraji is only apologizing because she knows that this could have a negative impact on her career. Now, the one thing that I don't want Taraji doing is pointing the finger at herself. This is all on Oprah, because as a melanated woman, she should have made sure that the other melanated people on the film were taken care of. There was no reason that things shouldn't have been in place already. At the end of the day, there's things that you might have to tighten up, but the fact that they didn't have no food, their own trailers, and then they didn't have drivers, that's crazy. Oprah didn't give a damn about them. Let's keep it all the way 100. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Now, I want to go ahead and get into this information that was sent to me. And before I provide this information, I do want to say that what I'm about to read to you is all alleged. I don't know this information to be factual, but I did have a conversation with her this morning over the phone, and she said, which was shocking to me, that she didn't mind having her name exposed. And after she told me what she does for a living, I understand why. Now let's go ahead and get into this email. And it says here, hello, this is Jessica from the lounge last night. It was good to meet you and have a meaningful conversation. I really wanted to go all in and discuss things about Taraji and Oprah and the mere fact that The Color Purple is flopping, but once you were noticed by those obnoxious women saying that they follow you on YouTube, I just decided to back off and just get your contact information to give you details about The Color Purple, but most importantly, give you some tea about what a close friend of Fantasia's family told a few members of my family after a church function. Family members of Fantasia are worried about her relationship with Oprah, and they hope and pray that Fantasia hasn't turned her back on God and lost her way in exchange for exclusive showbiz opportunities. In other words, they hope that Fantasia hasn't exchanged her soul for riches and fame. There is mounting concern that Fantasia isn't safe. It was specifically said that Fantasia's family feel that Tyler Perry started the process of manipulating the path for Oprah to get to Fantasia when he helped her financially when she was financially insufficient after losing everything. They slowly and methodically may have gotten Fantasia to take the oath that will compromise the purity of her soul. Fantasia's mom is the most worried because a conversation was recounted where Fantasia's mom said that Fantasia was restless and was in a state of consummate dismal over the overall trajectory of her career. There were conversations that were had where Fantasia's family wanted her to know that it's okay to let go and let God, if it came down to Fantasia sacrificing her well-being to improve the landscape of her career. There's some other things I want to get into about this entire ordeal, but I'd rather talk to you in person about that. I hope you have a successful and productive day. Love and light. Alright, so you guys heard that. Now, I'm a Fantasia fan. I love that girl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give Fantasia the benefit of the doubt, but I was told this morning it's just not talk amongst the church people there, because you know that Fantasia comes from a very religious background, but I'm told that that's the talk amongst the urban community within the Charlotte area. So listen, like I said, I'm giving Fantasia the benefit of the doubt. I think that she's holding tight to her roots and our core values, right? Now, another thing I didn't know is the fact that Tyler Perry helped Fantasia when she was struggling financially and lost everything, I believe the second time. And what I'm gonna do right here is play you a clip of Fantasia talking about that to end this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Be blessed.
Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry. This man has took me by my hand, and he is walking me through. When I lost everything, he was the only person who opened up his wallet and sent me money. If I text him right now, he calls me immediately. Never too busy. If y'all haven't seen his documentary, People, My People, My People, My People, go watch it. Watch it. It's going to move you. Okay. I think my time is up because I just keep talking and talking.
And we got some work to do.
And I got work to do. But I love y'all. And I thank y'all for letting me be me. Not giving up on me. Yeah.